All right, shalom, shalom. For the foremost, start by saying, Call La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash, which give all praise to the Heavenly Father, and in the Son, who inwardly calls God and Jesus Christ. I also give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who do the well, teach me his truth. As well as say shalom to the hopeful elect, all the Akim person's word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. All right, going to this, the translation of kingdoms is getting ready to take place, right, on earth, right? Because contrary to what popular belief may be, the kingdom of heaven is legally on earth. Well, is in the Lord's Prayer, right? Pursuant to Matthew, the 6th chapter, right? As well as mentioned other times throughout the scriptures, but about New Jerusalem coming down, Revelation 21, etc. The kingdom of heaven is going to be a literal kingdom on earth. Scripture tell you in Matthew 19th chapter about the 12 tribes of Israel ruling on thrones. It's not going to be just us floating in the sky with clouds and a bunch of little babies with a bunch of Edomite babies, angels, floating around with just one go gate, and we're just floating in the air. No, man, no, that's all Esau's mythology and just pseudo, just false teachings. His lies, his strongholds, his deception, his delusions. He has people with but no, there's gonna be a little kingdom on earth, and it's getting ready to be a transfer from who? Esau Edom, right, who self-proclaims himself to be white, but his true biblical nationality is the nation of Edom, right? The people who was crazy to be the third part of man, right? The sons of the wicked, literally the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man, to literally do nothing but wickedness and stand in that lot, right? And rule the world in an unrighteous manner, right? But this is the major reason as to why the kingdom's going to get to be translated from him or onto Jacob, right? The people who was created to be the sons of God, right? Yasharallah, the prince of the power, right? That's what Israel is, who are meant to actually rule for eternity and righteousness. So this is a necessary thing, and we're living in a beautiful time because we're really on the brink of this prophecy being fulfilled, right? This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, right? So it's giving you the reasons as to why this is getting ready to happen, right? The unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. All things that Esau Edom is guilty of, man. All right. Again, him being created to be that perfect devil, that deceptor, that deceiver, his deception, his lying, all these different ways, his wicked, demonic, lifestyle he pushes upon the whole earth, right? That vibration he is responsible for. The Lord is getting ready to remove him for that. It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another, right? The one people is again Esau, Edom, unto Jacob. Scripture say, in the second Ezra 6 and 9, that for Esau it's the end of the world, and Jacob is beginning with that follows. So you as you go into prophecy, and you as you read these different accounts in the scriptures, you read the different promises the Lord has written aforetime, who that haven't actually come to fruition yet. Well, what does that tell you? It tells you that it gives you it helps you to discern the time which we're living in. So we understand that there was multiple heathen empires that was prophesied to rule on the earth, right? Even times where Jacob had some had authority or dominion temporarily, but ultimately, in the final kingdom that would stand before the kingdom of heaven, right? Yahweh Shai's kingdom ruling on earth, it would be a wicked man sitting in the power seat, in particular Esau Edom, right? We really go into the book of Obadiah and read it's only one chapter. You read the whole thing through. It really gives you outlines of the fate of Esau, how he was raised, it gives you the characteristics of him, and ultimately him falling, right, to Jacob. So this literally was getting ready to take place on the earth right now, right? You're looking to have the translation of power from Esau to Jacob, man. And it's quite literally for the betterment of the entire world, man. The creation, the plants, the animals, right? All nations of people, although all these other 16 nations, outside of Jacob and Esau, right? They all are following after this devil. They all came together with him and make that covenant to cut us off from being a people, to keep us as low and downtrodden as possible, pursuing the Psalms 83rd chapter. But what, in the kingdom, they're going to realize, oh man, it was a purpose for them to be in power. There's a reason as to why the Lord chose them to be separate and holy from the rest of us, and to set them up and glorify them on high, man, right? It's a necessary thing. I want to jump to verse 10, it says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. So today Esau, he was a king, right? He's really ruling the earth right now. He has complete dominion. When you go to the book of Revelation, 13th chapter, and it goes into, this deadly wound, the deadly wound being healed, right? From the wound that Esau took, right, during the Roman Empire, right, when his kingdom fell, and then he had that period of 1,000 years, he was bound up. That was written in Revelation 20 chapter. Then what? He came out to take peace, loose for a little season, right, to come and take peace from the earth, and needless to say, he did that, right. The raisers back into power in Europe, and then coming over here, establishing the 13 colonies, was spread into the 50 states of America. So now you have the entire land of the North, in which he's ruling over now. But again, this America is the beast that's riding that whore, right? That scripture's going into, right? So literally, the NATO and the EU, right, is the power system which he thrives on. So this is still, he has dominion over the whole world, right? It's not going to be until this third woe, right? Also mentioned in the book of Revelation that he's really going to fall, right, by way of his own sword, right? He took up the sword, he's going to perish by that same exact sword, man, by his very own blessing. That's how that's how much of a perfect balance the Lord has set up. That literally Esau's going to fall by his greatest blessing, man, which allowed him to gain the power. Is how he's going to fall when he has that second death take place by way of fire, and Esau sends off them arrows to be shot from one end of the earth to the other, right? Those ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Which America can burn, Esau's kingdom can burn and be destroyed by way of fire, right? So that's how he's going to die. It says, in the day of king tomorrow, in this day a king, tomorrow shall die, right? So Esau is being glorified and held in high esteem. Not only is he going to physically and literally lose his power, but his reputation, his standing, his status, the way he's viewed, right? That's what Isaiah 14 chapter goes into. And goes into how, is this the man, right? Is this the man who caused the kingdoms to shake, roughly paraphrasing, who had all these different, power and influence in the world at one point in time? It says, in fact, let me get this in Proverbs 29. Let me get Isaiah 14 first real quick. Because, this is the fate of Esau, man. Right? This whole chapter was good. Again, going to Esau's fall, his ultimate fate. But I'm going to get to the point. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall never look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? At one point in time, this is what Esau did. Well, he's doing it right now, calling the earth to tremble, shaking kingdoms. The scripture speaking on Revelation 12:12, about the devil coming down in great wrath for nothing but a short time, man. And in the spirit, there are a lot of these book of Revelation keeps coming out. A lot of precepts coming to mind through the Spirit in the book of Revelation. Because that's one of the books that the Christians and those on the worldly understanding, that's a book they tend to stay away from. Especially Esau, man, his churches, right? Because when you go to that book of Revelation, it gets pretty plain upon tables as to what it's going into, right? The ultimate fate and destruction of Babylon the Great, which is known as America. But let me get some Proverbs 29. Again, stick with the point of the translation of kingdoms. Because again, this is a very necessary thing. Another precept in the book of Revelation, it says, he that leave in captivity shall go into captivity, and who would kill the sword must be killed with the sword, man. Right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is something that must happen. Esau must be overthrown and must be put in subjection underneath the nation of Israel, as well as all the rest of the heathen nations as well. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So this is exactly, again, all the answers that you will have you may have in the current, for why the earth in the current condition in the state that it's in, is all answered within the scriptures, man. Right? The Lord, puts His Spirit on particular men to be able to interpret, understand, and be increased on these things. And teach them, right? Beginning with the elders and apostles, great millstone, down to the youngest brother who was laboring in this truth, sincerely, right? So and this is what it is, right? The understanding that right now, because right now the hopeful elect, those who are laboring in the ministry, understand why this needs to happen, understand the benefits going to come from the nation of Israel being put in power, but the vast majority of people won't see it, right? They're not going to see it until resting in the kingdom, and they see a perfect, harmonious paradise that the Lord always intended to be, right? Going all the way back to the garden when the serpent was the one, and then Eve falling after the serpent and Edom, and then the serpent beguiling Eve, and then Adam being in transgression, falling after falling after Eve, right? Those ways that she just got from the serpent, okay, that cause a perpetual cycle of destruction and death and captivity and chastening, etc. Right? All as a byproduct of the Lord's ways not being upheld, man. Right? The Heavenly Father, His standard not being kept. What else is going to take place in the kingdom was going to allow the righteousness, was going to allow people to rejoice, right, about way of the righteous being in authority, right? Because when the Lord sets up His governing body in the kingdom, our nation of Israel, right, the head being Yahushua, and then his joint heirs with him, the elect of the nation of Israel. Well, by way of that, can his ways be made to stand in the earth, and no longer will we ever have need to fall, because what righteousness has been being upheld, man, right? So let me get that. Matter of fact, so we're going to the government. Micah always comes out going to the government of the kingdom. This is Micah chapter 4, verse 1. It says, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, right? It shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow into it, right? Of course, the mountains are going to the governments, right? That's why even when you it's even referred to that even within the world, right? When you look at a meeting of the world leaders, right? Today they'll call it a summit, right? They'll have the different meetings even within Esau's government, but is the heathen alike. So that's all it's representing, man. It's representing being higher ups, being the authoritarians, right? The government. Verse 2, it says, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of the Most High, into the house of the God of Jacob. And He will teach us of His ways, and we will walk in His paths. For the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So there you have it, man. It's very plain upon table what's going to take place. It says, the word shall go forth, the word of the Lord from Jerusalem, right? When you go to it's like for the law shall go forth out of Zion, right? When you go to the word Zion, it goes to the Hebrew word to Zion, which means a monument, a memorial, right? It's really supposed to be a representation of the Lord on earth, man, right? So He gets the glory ultimately. By way of the nation of Israel being set in power, Yahweh Shema Shai gets glorified. So that's the whole entire purpose of this, man, right? It's to glorify the Heavenly Father. So this is the perfect balance Lord's getting ready to bring. Again, all these other heathen had time to rule throughout history, and it had done nothing but wickedness with that liberty, man. So ultimately, when righteousness has been forced and implemented upon the earth, is the way everyone will benefit. Everyone will be able to profit from it. Everyone will be able to flourish from it, man. Right? And it's by way, again, Esau being removed by the power and Jacob being established as a righteous ruler. But again, by way of that order, of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, Yahushua, right? And the 144,000 on down,